Hello to all my day drinkers out there. My name is MartiniPictures, and I have to say I am incredibly sorry for what is going to happen. In this video, I did not ensure that I had settings that had been updated that I did not know could change without my being aware. Now, instead of recording for 2 hours, how I had said it before, the recording software updated itself and changed it without my knowing. Now, in this video, at a certain point, the game will literally stop operating and it will just be my commentary. So it'll just be me telling you what's going on, and I'm afraid that during the long pauses, which I will edit out, that I can still convey the story to my fans and subscribers. This will never happen again. I will always make sure that the video is running properly, but I just wanted to tell you that with this game, if I wanted to go back and replay the chapter that I had previously played, I'd have to go through the entire game again, and with the other episodes that I've already filmed, that would be over 4 hours of work, and I know it seems very selfish of me to do this, but I'm not really looking forward of going back through 4 hours of gameplay just to get back to from where we began to record for another hour. I'm sorry, but hopefully that you can enjoy the first part of the gameplay and then the cuts of audio that I will add later. It is my sincerest apologies for not realizing this sooner. I did receive a notification via my computer, but I was not aware of it at the time. So I must apologize again, and thank you for watching. Hello to all my day drinkers out there. I'm MartiniPictures, and today we'll be coming back to Agatha Christie's The ABC Murders. Now this will be episode 5 in the playlist, so if you've missed any of the episodes, I'll leave a link in the description as well as a link at the end of the video.
Donald Fraser is here. He insisted on waiting to see you.
Okay. Do now want to look at the mirror again. More case. Let's look at this poor old man. Actually, I think I'm older than him.
This man is tired.
Unshaven. Oh, I got it right! Rumpled clothes. Drinking? Nope. Tired eyes.
Donald is short of sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Time to have a little chat. It's not even close to the right accent.
Mr. Poirot, I don't know why I'm here.
Wait, didn't he come to see us? Become impatient with his indecision. Reassure him that the fact that he will be listened to. Accuse him of being guilty. No, we are going to reassure him because we need more and more facts from him.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Poirot, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
Encourage him to continue. Point out that this is not a No. Sometimes dreams, even if it not handled by a professional, can still lead to evidence.
Have a drink, and tell me about this dream.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her around the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
I wonder what that could mean.
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before.
Maybe that he
She's
thinks
really
that
quite
it's
a
Megan's
remarkable
fault,
girl.
and he's using her as a scapegoat.
But I would never tell her about my dream.
That'd probably
Why
scare
not?
her.
Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its place.
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okie-dokie. How should Donald's dream be interpreted? The two murderers were premeditated. No. Donald was very much in love with Betty. Donald was a violent man. Donald did not kill Megan in his dream. Donald is tired. Donald feels guilty about killing Betty. Donald really likes Megan. Maybe. Why does it go back to the very start? Maybe? Wait, what were the things that I chose? Come on. Yeah, we'll get rid of this one, and I think... No. There we go. Donald is starting to have feelings for Megan as he feels... I missed that.
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on. Do.
It doesn't take that long to
This
think about
dream
it.
certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh.
Aha!
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancé? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
Dish.
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
Thank
It is
you.
late, Mr. Fraser, and you are tired.
Take a nap.
I'll sleep on the train.
There we go.
I like trains. It's easy to sleep rocked by the sound of the wheels.
The suspect that we knew about liked trains.
Poor boy, he seems completely lost.
Well, women seem to like him. I think Megan will take care of him. Oh, I remember. Did you order the product I needed?
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Bien, it is late, and I asked Miss Gray to come tomorrow morning. I have a few questions I wish to ask her.
Alright.
Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question.
Remind her that she did not see anybody on the day of the murder. Accuse her of having lied. Accuse her of being the killer's accomplice. Square. Definitely, because there was a
Am
gentleman
I
that came
right
to the
in
door.
thinking you said that you did not speak to anyone on the day Sir Carmichael was murdered?
It's the absolute truth.
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Can you describe him to me?
Medium size. Glasses. Dark suit and a felt hat. Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
He was very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident. But he wasn't.
An odd ability to have. You probably want them to step into your house and just say, "Hey, I know you want this. You gotta buy it. I need you to buy it. You have to buy it." There, done. Indicate that she lied about leaving Churston. Point out that her departure is suspicious. Ask whether she resigned of her own free will. I'll ask about her
You did not leave
resignation.
Churston willingly, I believe.
I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin cannot go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man. And he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Churston.
After she will collect the objects, say that the objects presented a risk. Ask if she will return to Churston. We already know that she's not coming back for the objects. We'll just ask if she's going back to Tristan at all.
Are you planning on returning to Tristan?
Who knows what the future holds?
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd ask you?
How dare you ask such a question? Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter.
Ugh.
And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
Ugh. He does not have
Thank
the
you,
same
mademoiselle.
feeling.
I will not keep you any longer.
Wait a minute, they kissed. Ugh.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again?
Maybe.
Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
No.
I accuse her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Would Thora have married Sir Carmichael if he had lived? Thora likes Franklin. Thora Grey stayed behind to settle Sir Carmichael's affairs. Sir Carmichael was close to Thora Grey. Sir Carmichael had offered Thora a brooch. Thora likes Franklin. Thora is evasive about her relationship with Sir Carmichael. Wait, I'm thinking about the wrong Carmichael, aren't I? Would Thora have married Sir Carmichael if he had lived? Come on. Sir Carmichael found Thora charming. God, this is annoying. This system of... Uh-oh. My favorite strategy. I just need one more about Thora. Oh, wait, hold on. No, guess not. Come on. I need something. There we go. Thora wanted to be married and certainly would have succeeded.
You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he's lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she's calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new?
And what would that be?
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Is there another common point between the murderers? Thora Grey saw a door-to-door salesman coming toward the house on the day of the murder. There were many people injured. No. Betty's Betty's mother is upset that her daughter never... a box of stockings. Socks. Stockings. I knew this from the very beginning. I had seen it. Before each victim, someone asked if they wanted to buy stockings.
It's perfectly clear, Hastings. Perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill, and Churston on the day of each murder. We have our suspect. This should be of interest, Jop.
Jump. Telephone jump. To telephoning we will go. To telephoning we will go. Pressing X and calling
Chief
jump.
Inspector, we are looking for a stocking salesman.
We're
I
looking
see.
for
You
a
have a
hunt.
suspect?
Yes. Contact all the stocking wholesalers who may employ him.
Your suspect is a salesman?
No, he does not take orders. He sells door to door.
Right. The hunt is on.
The hunt is on. This is obviously the stocking gentleman.
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today.
Cheltenham.
You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
See, now if that were a movie, that bang of the case would have been a lot louder.
Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and
Suitcase,
get it
idiot.
yourself?
Thing.
Très bien.
Très bien.
What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
Maybe he's in his rebellious phase. All teenagers go through it. And of course it's over here.
Poor
And another
Mr.
letter.
Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still.
It says try 3
Tighter,
times.
No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long,
A, B, C.
ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk which I received earlier to see if it does indeed come from the same person.
Indeed we shall. And should.
Let us examine this more
here we are.
closely.
Okay, so definitely I.
My theory was right. These 2 letters were written with the same typewriter.
Mm-hmm.
Hastings, he strikes tomorrow. Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line. Can I take a message?
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Immediately.
Very well, sir.
Immediately. Immediately.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
Oh, he sounds ticked. Yeesh. Decipher the burned documents. Is that...
I've finished with this subject.
Does he have them or something? I swear to God, if this is it.
Now, down to work.
Oh my God, it's it!
All of this needs putting in order a little. This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed.
Done! I think
A dry cloth. A dry cloth. A dry cloth.
Where?
A dry cloth.
I'm not quite sure.
A
Something.
dry cloth.
What the
A dry
heck?
cloth.
Uh-oh.
A dry cloth.
I think it's broken. I'm pushing every button I can. Okay,
The cloth is now soaked with solvent.
I don't know what I did, but we all definitely heard that thing pour. Did I just have to hold on to it or something? What the heck? What just happened?
Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note.
Oh, that
Mrs.
triggered
Alice
me.
Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look,
Got what?
Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
Probably in the mail. Read the reconstructed documents.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine. Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis, causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. War wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis.
That's
Coughing
the
fits with blood.
suspect. And
Suffers
he's the
from
one that
absences and
suffers from
amnesia.
a lot of coughing of the blood. It could lead us to some good tracks.
Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster.
And that's going to be the next guy.
Heart disease, heart condition. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Where do the burned documents come from? Bexhill is very popular. No. Miss Asher's home is... No. Wait. Is visible on the... Thor Gray saw a door-to-door salesman coming toward the house on the day of the murder. There was many people in Cheerson on the day of the murder. Sir Carmichael Clark's medical records have been consulted recently. Possibly. All the victims suffer from throat afflictions. Nope. There we go. The documents come from Dr. Clark's patient records.
The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
Indeed.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
Oh, hey. Well, this is probably Jap. You know what I really want to know? Is why these phones continue to ring.
Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Answer Alexander Bonaparte Cust. ABC. India.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers.
No,
It's
he was
a
just in the
serious
right
lead.
place at the right time.
I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Indicate the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Say to search all of Doncaster. Indicate Ginger Cat. Search to say London. Probably the Black Swan.
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Encourage Jap. Call instead of Jap. Encourage.
Do your best, Jap.
You can count on me.
Hastings, everything is at stake. With a little luck, our main suspect will soon be under lock and key.
The phone's already ringing again?
So has Cust been arrested?
Yes, the Doncaster police are sending him by train.
That is good news.
Well, that was fast.
Why so gloomy, Chief Inspector?
Well, when I told the hotel owner that he was sheltering a murderer, he collapsed.
He's dead?
No, fortunately, but it has taken its toll on him. It has to be said that with his name starting with the letter D, he had every reason to fear Cust. I bet he was going to be the next victim.
Admit to knowing Don Barr's medical records.
Chief Inspector, I believe that I share responsibility for this incident.
What do you mean?
I saw Mr. Dunbar's medical records. His heart was weak. I should have warned you.
It's very honest of you to tell me that, Poirot. I appreciate your gesture.
Please keep me informed of his progress.
You can count on me.
So you
I'll do
always
what's
gotta
needed.
know when to
I will
take the
visit him
blame.
at his bedside when the killer is caught.
That's typical of you, Poirot. We should focus on the next part of the investigation in order to avoid other incidents. While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our #1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you were so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own.
Going to the dentist is fine, so long as you know how to do it properly.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
That was an unneeded transition. Okay. Again, unneeded transition. Talk to this
How
lady.
do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jap told me that you might be coming.
Did he say anything else? Tell her that she is of great help. Get annoyed seeing her peel potatoes. Not quite sure what the potatoes have to do with anything, but...
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cust left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Congratulate her for her observation. Ask her how she knew about ABC. I'll just...
Well done. You were right. He did go to Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Well, he's odd. Sometimes he coughs really loudly and complains that his throat is burning, and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it was because of a wound he got in the war. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Dried blood.
Do you think it was blood?
Well, when I saw them, I thought, look, he spilled his wine or his soup all over himself. But now that I think about it, well, they did look like blood.
Got used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Oh, it wasn't for pleasure. He was always unwell on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah! I remember one thing. Bexhill's by the sea, right?
Indeed. It is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cast asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Point out that Bexhill is not the only seaside resort. I'll just have her continue.
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
Ask for more details about the newspapers. Ask if he started when he started buying newspapers.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churston. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Take the key.
I should check the register.
The key is for room
Mrs. Marbury
306.
may have been hiding something from me.
I'll just check the...
It looks like I've found the real master of this house.
Then there's a pillow for the cat, and then there's a toy for the cat.
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases. This woman appears to be in a good mood. Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She's working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel.
Oh well, trying to work on the next thing. Okay.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
There we go.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
What? What do you have to say?
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
Yes, I remember. Just for one night as a favour. Mr. Custer was away, all my other rooms were taken, and poor Mr. Fishman had nowhere to go.
I don't want to indicate that it's illegal.
It doesn't matter, provided that you remembered to change the sheets.
Oh, do you think so?
Alright. Let's start heading upstairs. Okay, search Cuss' room. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in here, I think. Oh boy.
Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well.
There's
The
a...
Bexhill daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder.
Wait, but her neck wasn't broken. It was just... She was just
Most
strangled.
probably the basting dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands.
And then one
All the main
master-
articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date.
Okay. No more stupid mirrors. Ooh, I think this is the medicine. Is this the medicine?
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists.
Yep.
Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject would probably be useful to me.
And then... What was the next one? Wait, what was the objective that I had to look at? Why did I look at that? That was weird. Oh, it probably went into the thing.
Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject
Sedative.
would probably be useful to me.
Sedative. Puts you to sleep. And dishes. Ooh, bed.
How awful.
Oh,
This place is a real mess.
well, there's this. Of course. Wait, what? What's wrong with the bed? Slightly misaligned bed. Of course. Oh.
The least we can say that
Scruffy
Mr.
coat?
Cust
Or
is not very
scruffy coat?
concerned about order and balance.
Or he's just a man on the go. He just has to go, go, go.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Typewriter over here. Ooh. What?
John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust,
I
Marbury's
don't think
Guest
we want to sit
House.
through this. Blah.
Dear Sir,
Uh-huh.
further
Yeah.
regarding the schedule
Of
of your
course.
round. This letter
Yeah.
establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
Okay. Ooh, what is this?
It's an ABC.
A knife? Is a knife.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon.
Oh, I thought there was something
This
going to be
subject would
written on it.
probably be useful to me.
What would you have a use for it? Oh, probably evidence.
Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning?
I don't know, maybe it's just a double spill.
Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury.
Oh, so he keeps them all the way down to the bottom. That's actually kind of smart thinking.
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
Time for some quick work. Alright. There we go.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC.
Okay.
I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes. All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
We could have just looked at the stupid eye. It was right there. We didn't need to take off the stupid ribbon. That all? Oh, wait.
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire...
Oh, okay, so it's this thing from war.
An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack.
Oh,
Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction.
poor thing. Oh, hey, boxers.
ABC guys, enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Hmm. What's in
It's
this
closed.
one? Oh, wait, that's why we have the knife. Huh.
This knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string. Stockings.
Well, that's everything there. Oh, what's over here? Blood?
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Where was Cuss at the time of the Bexhill murder? Cuss' room was rented to someone else July 25th. The Bexhill local paper dating. Oh, wait. Was found in Cuss. It doesn't really. Oh, wait. The Bexhill local paper. Ah, yep. Cuss was probably in Bexhill on the day of the murder.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see.
Time to go. I have spent too much time here.
Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
Talk to Jap. Really? Just initiate the conversation already. Oh,
I had best talk to Jap.
that's it?
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Brain cells, gray matter. Was it possible for Cust to have killed the 3 victims? Cust was in Churston on the day of... Yes. All the... Cust was in Bexham. Where is the Cust was in Andover? Cust was in... Yes. Cust was in all of the towns. Are there any common points between Cust and the killer? All the letters sent to Poirot came from his typewriter. He keeps a news... Nah. He has a knife. The one looked like... He lied about his destiny. He has ABC guides at home. And probably the knife. He could have committed these crimes. Is Cust's behavior suspicious? He keeps the newspapers. He lied. And he had blood on him. Sounds guilty to me.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
They all
C'est vrai.
point
However,
to Cust.
the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis.
Possibly. Okay, doubtful, but okay. Go to Scotland Yard. We know you did it. Where did you kill him? How did you kill him? What knife did you use? And how did you kill the... Oh, wait, we already know all of these facts. You're guilty! Never mind. We just got to calm down and think about this logically. Where did you kill them? How did you... Never mind. He's basically seizing, shaking hands. That's not what I saw. His whole body shaking. Crumpled jacket, lowered eyes. Yes. Too sad. Very sad. Wait, what? I can look at the door? Oh, you can... you can kind of give him the silent treatment before doing it. Ask if he knows who is speaking to him. Present yourself. Ask who he is. Just present yourself. Talk about the letters. Ask why he sent the letters. Acknowledge his innocence. Get him to admit that he has forgotten. Ask if he is capable of killing. Accuse him of being a killer. Admit that you do not believe he is a murderer. Ask if he is capable of killing. Insist on the fact that he enjoyed the war. Get him to talk about the army. The army. Accuse him of Dr. Clark's murder. Accuse him of the 3 murders. Get him to believe he is innocent. Well, I don't know if he is guilty or not. It sounds like he's guilty, but accuse him of... Oh boy, he's gonna need his medicine. Okay, use on him. And use on him. Oh, do I only have to give him 1? Oh, okay. Hurry up and take them. Oh, that must hurt. Think about it. Coughing up that hard? Ouch. Accuse him of Dr. Clark's murder. Get him to believe he is innocent. With the blood on his shirt, I'm changing my thought process on it. I think he might actually be innocent. Ask him if he acknowledges going to the 3 towns. Say that witnesses saw him in 3 towns. So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself. It proves you wrote them. Oh. Hello? Hey. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yep. Yeah, no problem. Hello, you too. So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself. It proves you wrote them. Oh my god, do we have to do the stupid medicine thing again? Use. Drink this. Okay. I still don't think he's guilty, though. Whoa, there's a lot of facts for this one. What do we know about Cust's health? He suffers from he says that he did not, he had blood on him. He has a problem with his throat. I'd probably have to change that blood one. You would expect nope. He suffers from absences. There we go. Cust is mentally and physically weak. Not really the profile of our killer. Are there any clues that do not support Cust guilty in the Churston murder? He did not write the letters. He had blood on him. You would expect a newspaper, but Cust's collection starts in Churston as he... Okay. Sir Carmichael was attacked from behind. The blood spread out in the direction of this. He did not appear... Yeah, it's gotta be this one and, this one. What? That doesn't make some more sense. Maybe I get rid of this one. Maybe. He did not recognize Poirot. He had no reason to kill them. Mrs. Marbury saw Cust's shirt with stains on the buttonholes as... Oh, there we are. See, like, I had the right fact, just not the way that it was supposed to be. You would expect the murderer's t-shirt to be stained at the sleeves, not at the buttonholes. Are there any clues that do not support Cust's guilt? He didn't recognize Poirot, and he had no reason to kill them. Maybe? Wait, did I remove the wrong one? Time for my favorite strategy again. There we go. There were several details which show that Cust is not guilty. Not entirely sure which... Okay, so it definitely had to do with the Poirot one. Didn't I have those selected? Can we say without a shadow of a doubt that Cust is guilty? He had no reason to kill them. He said that he did not write the letters. Not guilty. I knew it, and that would be must have. He's very easily manipulated, not manipulative. So he's the byproduct of somebody. Is Cust clever? Not particularly. No, Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils. That's not really clever. The army. No, yeah, he's not exactly the. Yeah, he's not exactly the most smart. Self-confident. Parsimonious he keeps. So no, he was very. He was very hesitant and shy. Easy to influence. He's Cust a seducer. I've suspected, but he seemed harmless. This is very tiny to read, but even then he wasn't frightening. He's not exactly the most charming. Does Cust like trains? Oh, he hates them. Cold. Parsimonious he keeps. I suspected him for some time. And he wasn't frightening. Oh, but he's still cold. Generous. No, he keeps those stupid pencils with him. Well, they're not exactly stupid. 24 hours and yet we're still f***ed. Go home. Alright. Yeah. Like, what? Yikes. You think it could get that deadly? Oh. Well, guys, that's where I'm going to have to cut it for today. I'm sorry if you wanted to see more, but you're just going to have to wait until just a little bit longer. I think with all of this, after we finally figured out the only real link, and the person to be exact, was not guilty, we can only presume that of the people coming, of these guests, one of them has to be guilty. I can think of a couple people that as to why they would be the most likely to be the murderer, but I don't want to say anything just yet, just to see if I'm right or wrong. I mean, everything is just going to play out how we need. So we're just going to need to get the revolver for the next episode, and then we'll just have everything ready to go for the ending, I think. But for now, I'm just going to have to cut it here. And all I have to say is, if you liked any part of this video, don't forget to leave a like down below, leave any comments for any videos you want to see in the future, and don't forget to subscribe as well as ring the bell to let you know when I've posted out another video. But in the meantime, I'll be signing off. Cheers.